So it's going to be just a little different type of sermon, but we need to understand these things. I can run down the aisle and hoop and holler and get you all excited, but you not know a thing. Matter of fact, that's happened a lot on TV here lately. Oh, they just wail and travail, boy, they run up and down and haven't taught a thing. People don't know what's going on. But they got everybody excited, and then everybody left after they emptied their pockets and went, what was that all about? That don't help you none. So if you go to Daniel chapter 7, in Daniel chapter 7, he has a dream, a vision. And it's the same, it relates to Nebuchadnezzar's dream that he had of this image. Sure does. Pretty interesting. Now we know there were 7 empires that persecuted Israel, but Daniel is born in the time where 2 of them are already gone. So he's starting right here, actually 3. He's starting right here in the middle of the Babylonian. So that's where he starts. I should have told y'all what them 7 were. While you're turning, I'll tell you. The 7 heads were Egypt, Assyria, Babylon, Medo-Persia, Greece, and Rome. And the next one will be the Antichrist system, the one world government. Did y'all get that? Egypt, Assyria, Babylon, Medo-Persia, Greece, and Rome. And the 7th, being that one that's made up of the 10 horns, will be the Antichrist system. Write that down. Verse 1, Daniel chapter 7. In the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and visions of his head upon his bed. Then he wrote the dream and told the sum of the matters. Daniel spoke and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the 4 winds of the heaven strove upon the sea. Now we learned a while ago that sea is what? People. Now the winds are the wars, strife, and the judgment of God, and striving on a sea of people. There will be the strife, the wars. Matter of fact, we're starting to see that happen right now. There's winds blowing even now. You see all the nation rising up against nation in the Muslim countries right now. You see it even in this country. So there's some wind blowing right now. But anyway, he's talking about the 4 winds of the heavens strove upon the great sea of people. Verse 3, and 4 great beasts came up from the sea, diverse from one another. That means they're different from one another, but this represents 4 kings or kingdoms. The first beast, the first was like a lion and had eagle's wings. I beheld till the wings therefore were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth and made stand upon his feet as a man. And a man's heart was given to it. This is the Babylonian Empire. Let me keep on going. This is the empire of Nebuchadnezzar, which Daniel is living in right as he's seeing this vision. Verse 5, and behold another beast, a second, like to a bear, and it raised up itself on one side, and it had 3 ribs in the mouth of it, between the teeth of it. And they said thus unto it, arise, devour much flesh. This is Medo-Persia. Remember the handwriting on the wall that we did a couple of weeks ago? Well, maybe actually it was New Year's Eve night. The handwriting on the wall, this hand showed up, wrote on the wall, and said, Mene, Mene, Tekel, Upharsin, you've been weighed in the balances and found wanting. And he lost his kingdom, Nebuchadnezzar's grandson. He lost it to King Darius, Medo-Persian king, who actually had the 3 ribs, or 3 nations that Medo-Persia had to take over to rule the world at that time, which was Babylon, Lydia, and Egypt. Those are the 3 ribs in the bear's mouth. Y'all got that? Yeah. Alright. Because it all looks kind of different, don't it? Verse 6. After this I beheld, and lo, another, like a leopard, which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl. The beast had also 4 heads, and dominion was given unto it. This is Greece. Alexander the Great conquered the known world in 11 short years and died at the age of 32, 33. Some people argue about that, but I believe he was 33. And when he died, his kingdom separated into four nations. He had 4 generals. And these nations right here, as they split it up, Greece, Turkey, Syria, and Egypt. That's where they came from after Alexander the Great conquered all this. These systems are called the beast because they are of man, and fallen angels have helped man. They're also wicked. There's also many things inside them that are of man's numbers what? 6 666. The number of what? The beast. So these kingdoms that have been set up, that he's talking about, the beast, are being given power by who? Fallen angels. We got to know that, because there's no way Alexander the Great could have conquered the whole known world at that time without power from somewhere else. And that's the same beast that will be loose in the end times to give the Antichrist the power to go real fast and take over the world. He won't have the whole complete world. There will be people, like I believe, like in China, that will not submit to him. But most of Europe, Americas, the Middle East, he'll have Israel, you name it. He'll have most of the known world. But I know the reason why I'm telling you he does not have China is because tidings from the east, I believe it says, he has to go address when he's surrounded Israel and begins to attack Jerusalem. There's tidings from the east that call him away to fight with the king. So I believe that may be China. Of course, that's interpretation. The Word of God is clear on that. Number 7. Are y'all with me so far? Yeah. Good. Number 7. After this, I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly. And it had great iron teeth, and it devoured and broke in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it. And it had 10 horns. Now there's 10 horns right there. This is talking about the Roman Empire. However, it's also talking about a revised Roman Empire. Because we got the 10 horns we just read in Revelations. That's part of the future. That's coming. Those 10 Muslim nations I told you about, that's going to throw their lot in with the beast. So we're looking at the Roman Empire and then a revised Roman Empire. Going to verse 8. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn. There's your Antichrist figure. Before whom there was 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots, and behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking great things. Now, another thing I wanted to go over is that, did you know America, many of us don't want to believe this, but America was formed after Greek precepts and Roman precepts. You can look at Washington, D.C., and you can see Greek and Roman sculptures. You can see the way they made the Capitol building, the Rotunda, I believe it's called, the White House, the columns. They were taken, even the precepts, like justice, liberty, and freedom, was actually taken after the Greek precepts. Democracy, that word, was a Greek word called demos, which means the people rule. Demos Cretan is what it means. The people rule. It's called democracy. All that come out of the Greek precepts and Roman precepts. So actually America has actually revised Greek and Roman.